How's it going, guys? Today we are going to look at a pro tier list of all the traits you can find in Bloodline Heroes of Lithas. This is probably the most hardcore content for this game, as you will need it to decide which companion to buy first, which traits to kit with your core champions, and eventually to build up the strongest team. As you can see, I'm currently still stuck in chapter 11, so I'm not really the top player. So in order to give you guys the most accurate answers possible, I have turned to some top 1 leaderboard players like DJ Tony, as you can see on the leaderboard. They even ranked every single trait by scoring them, so I believe this is the most accurate thing you could find to rank all the traits. If you want to correct anything or add anything to the list, do leave a comment and I will make sure we update that in the later one. Starting with the common traits. Nothing can be S tier for these great icons because they are just common, okay? By the way, we'll measure based on the level 1 description. The first one, Brutal. Strength is increased by 5%. This is super good as most champion skills scale with the strength stats. Top choice if you don't have any shiny traits available, straight up A tier. Next, Loyal. Fortitude increased by 5%. Not bad, but not as efficient as Strength or Constitution, so 1 tier down. Energetic. Constitution aka HP is increased by 5%. Also very good for any champions to maximize survivability, especially good on melee tanks or warriors. Next, Honorable. Another great trait for tanky units. Damage reduction by percentage will boost their tankiness to a completely new level. Next, we have Fierce. Total damage is increased by 3%. Again, top choice for your DPS to do extra damage along with the strength boost by Brutal, so A tier it is. Noble. Leadership is increased by 5%. This is for your bench champions to boost the income of your district. Very important actually if you are short in gold, which I struggle a lot in the game. It will be sort of bittersweet if you pull a low tier mythic champion with a noble trait, because you can just leave him or her in your district to keep boosting gold while waiting for it to become useful someday in the future. Next, we have 4 traits that increase flat stats, all ranked at the bottom, as their effects keep decreasing as your champions grow. However, they will provide the highest might boost to your champions early game, so there's no need to replace them until your champion go over level 200. When we reach late game, they are no doubt the shittiest traits ever. Oh, I forgot to say their names. Athletic, Scrappy, Healthy, and Confident. Tenacious. When the battle starts, gains an additional shield that lasts for 10 seconds, absorbing damage equal to 100% of their strength. It could be extremely useful when you are facing a one-shot make team, however completely useless if the enemy drags the battle by tanks and warriors, and I believe most of the late game players will do that, so we can only put it at B tier. Next, Cutthroat. Important for physical DPS, but only if you have good attack speed, which most heroes don't have. Strongly recommend to pair with the female Lion Storm so that you can leech more health during the 5 seconds attack speed buff. The same function goes with the trait of Bestial, which grants a HP recovery by 5% of the strength for every 5 attacks. Some players tell me that it is more reliable than Cutthroat, but overall I would say they are pretty similar at B tier. Pure Heart. Another tricky trait with a 5% chance to remove all debuff effects from the attacker. It could save your carry when facing a debuff team, however it is too situational and relies on RNG, so I could only give it a C tier. The last common trait is Hexproof, which gives a 20% chance to silence the target when attacking for a quarter second. Again, if you have fast attack speed, it will become much more effective. However, the duration is not long enough to become a viable option. Also, I can confirm that when the skill set's attacking, it only means auto attack, so it has to be tier C. Finally, we can look at the shiny, colorful clan traits. First, Ambitious. The trait of Lionstone. When the battle starts, gets an additional 50 energy. Very nice for make one-shotting or support champions. An easy S tier trait that's almost good for everyone. Foolhardy of Karg. When attacking, if the target has more than 80% constitution, you will deal an additional 5% damage. A perfect trait designed for a cleave team, not ideal for other teams but still good enough for A tier. Agile, trait of Traven. Attack speed increased by 5%. Looks okay, but in practice you can barely feel any difference whether you have this trait or not. So it has to be tier C. Okay, Focused of Evian. Again, very good for mechs and supports to increase energy gain rate by 5%, so it could be put at A tier. Vengeful, trait of Karguk, the Orc tank. 20% chance to reflect 2.5% of the damage taken. This one is actually decent on your tank champion to drag out a battle and slowly wear down enemies' DPS units. I would suggest an I tier for now, but it will require more people to test the reflected damage because no one is raising cargo anyway. Then we have Psychromancer from Ignis, the Fire Demigods. Their burning effects are super strong if used properly. It has to be S tier because if you run a burning team, everyone on your team will need to inherit this trait. Next, Zelos of Luxuriant. Oh my god, the pronunciation is horrible. The Succubus. When attacking, there's a 5% chance to remove all buff effects from the target. It is the only strip trait in the game, so that helps you counter a lot of teams. However, it's a bit situational and a bit inconsistent, but I would still put it at A tier. Moving on to Inventive, the trait of Zaiz. Somehow these high elves can teach people to generate an 80% strength shield with 50% chance to protect themselves when attacking. Your entire team might just survive if they're lucky with this trait, so this one is still worse than A tier. Inspiring of Ugro. Increase all champions' damage by 5% for the first 10 seconds. It is a must-have trait for a high damage team, however it cannot be stacked at all, which makes it unworthy to reproduce. Someone says it is still S tier, but I'll give it an A at the most. Next one, Trait of Fearsome from the clan of Elzadis. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to stun the target for a quarter second. Not bad for ranged DPS, however the activation rate is just too low to be reliable. B tier it is. Devout, the Ancient Clan. Increase all champions' healing and heal efficiency by 5%. This effect can't be removed or stacked. Not bad for healers, Urgro female and Doombringer female, otherwise useless. Can't be higher than tier B. Next, Lionheart of Doombringer. Each attack made increase total damage by 0.5% up to 15%. If you have a tank unit to hold the front line, then this trait will make your team so much stronger. No doubt an S plus tier. Let me tell you a joke though, I have fed like 15 Mystic male Doombringers not being able to pass this trait to my Ferger. Unbelievable. Hulking, trait of Ferger. When the battle starts, increase all champions' strength by 5%. After that, increase their strength by 0.4% every 2 seconds up to a total of 9%. As I mentioned before, it is super strong and could have been S+. However, it is not stackable, so down to S. Next one, Dexterous. No idea what it is, but Sally Horn, the dwarf tank, has it. Upon being attacked, 50% chance to reduce damage taken by 5%. We could safely assume this only works on enemies' auto attack, so it's basically trash at bottom. Eagle-Eyed, trait of Hamstorf. Each attack increases critical rate by 0.2% up to 10% in total. Sounds like a top tier trait, however you have no way to boost crit damage in the game as far as I know, so A tier at most. Aggressive of Tidestorm. Each attack made increase strength by 0.5% up to 20%. Very solid damage boost on any DPS. Better to stack with Lionheart. Straight up S tier. Next, coming from the Gryphon clan. When the battle starts, enemies' energy gain rate is reduced by 3% for 3 seconds. A bonus to make sure you cast spells first, however barely seen anywhere in the game due to the extremely short duration. C tier fits it well. Finally, Clever, the trait of Lightness. When attacking, ignores 5% of the target's fortitude. S tier boost to your auto attack DPS. People saying it is not as good as we thought, but anything that could ignore defense will scale up so much in late game when facing tanky units, so still S tier. Last but not least, the to-be-released clan of Loom has a god tier trait called Sandrine. I have no idea how to pronounce them. We have seen it in the beta and it is ridiculously strong. It says when the battle starts, increase all champions' damage by 2%. After that, increase their damage by 0.1% every 2 seconds up to a total of 3%. This effect can't be removed nor stacked. That's a boost of 5% for all champions damage throughout the battle. If you stack that with Lionheart and aggressive plus fierce or brutal, your carry will just go crazy on late game damage. Again, no need to get the Loom companion because it is not stackable. Okay, that's it for today's tier list video. I believe we have covered every single trait in the game, at least for now. If you do find it helpful, don't forget to push that like button for me and consider subscribing to the channel for more tips and news in the future. And I do hope you have better luck than I do when trying to pass down the traits. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Cool. Yeah, kill them. Ooh. What? No, no. Come on, stun them. Kill. What? Oh my god. Fucking ignorance.